Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Just discovered partner's affair. Advice. I, 27F, have been with my partner, 26 meters, nearly 10 years. We moved to a major city last summer after he finished college and we have both been doing well career-wise. However, shortly after moving he was really temperamental and I walked on glass around him, chalking it up to stress of his new job. He got better after the holidays and has been more kind and attentive, but admittedly I became a bit annoyed with him because we hadn't had sex since we moved and my anxiety just made me all the more irritable. I've had this gut feeling, but when I confronted him about it, he said his libido was low due to depression and his new meds made it nearly non-existent and reassured me that it had nothing to do with me. Last night, the gut feeling returned and I picked up his phone, opened Instagram, and the most recent message was from an old college co-worker of his. I knew her, she came over to our house a couple times for parties since she was friends with another roommate of ours. I see heart emojis, calling each other cutie, and I see a message saying that they should go on cruises and that they want the feeling of each other's weight on top of them. I nearly blacked out. Threw the phone down and then woke him up. At first he acted confused when I brought up her name. But I started to cry and hyperventilate and told him not to lie because I saw it. He fessed up. Last summer when we moved, he went back to our old town to help clean out the house at the end of our lease, and I guess he met with co-workers for a night. They slept together. He swears it was just the once, but that they've been having an emotional affair for the 9 months since. He said he used to call her on the phone after work since he gets off about an hour before I do. And he confessed that they had said I love you to each other. I'd why I asked that. I think I already knew the answer. I asked what his plan was, but he said he never had one. I feel so hopeless. I've been up all night crying. He asked if I wanted him to leave for the night, but I just wanted to be held, so I asked him to stay. He wanted to know what I want to do. He apologized profusely and said he didn't know why he did it except that he feels like he just wants more than what he has, even though it's stuck up. I told him how confused I was because our lease is nearing renewal and we have committed to living together. Talked about buying a house next year since we both got great promotions. Every morning he wakes me up just to kiss me goodbye and say he loves me. He didn't act like a guy who wanted out. Just wanted to have his cake and eat it too, I guess. I told him as of now that I obviously want to make it work because I love him and I very clearly want a future together, but that I'd only fight for it if he wanted it too. So far we agreed that he has to completely cut contact with her and we have to attend counseling. I never thought I'd be this girl. I always tell people to just walk away from cheaters. But this is 10 years of our lives. We are family. Honestly, I think I'd forgive a one-night stand with a stranger way easier, but the emotional affair, especially with someone I knew and who I felt shitty for comparing myself to, is ripping me apart. Will we ever heal? Can our relationship be repaired? Anyone out there with a success story in this situation? Just walk away. There's no happy ending going down this road. You're not married, don't have any children together, and don't have finances intertwined. Just walk away. This, 100. Have you been in the same situation? No. But I have read enough posts to know that reconciliation is hell and doesn't even work most of the time. You don't have to take my word for it. Read them for yourself at r/as1 after infidelity. I appreciate the simple, clear advice. I'd probably even offer it up to someone else. Easier said than done though, it's different when you're in the thick of it. I still love him completely. Up until 8 hours ago, I was sure of us. I thought my anxiety was messing with me. If this was 1 year in, definitely. It just feels like I have to try to repair it before I throw it away. You didn't throw it away. He did. Life is so cruel and unfair sometimes. Cut your losses and move on. I've been in your boat for the last 3 months when I found out about my wife. We've been married 16 years and have 3 kids together. For the first few months I've tried to repair us. I've come to realize that I can't fix someone that doesn't want it to be fixed. So now I'm walking away. I understand the need/want to save us because you'll walk away and wonder if it could have been saved. Take it from me, when that trust bond is broken, it's severe. You didn't do anything wrong, they did. They destroyed the trust and bond that you thought you had. Notice I said thought. What you imagined you had wasn't real. You were both going down the path together, but at some point they veered off and made their own path, all while you thought you were both together. I've stuck around but have realized that it's futile. She's had 0 consequences hit her in the face on this, and she sleeps each night like a baby. So I'm now walking. Read the book Leave a Cheater. Gain a Life. It'll give you some perspective on who they act and what they'll do/say. It was eye-opening for me to read. I think it's normal to feel like you want to try before leaving, and I don't think there is anything wrong with that. If you leave before you feel like you've exhausted all possibilities to make it work, it could create a situation that is ripe for going back to him under the wrong circumstances. If you don't feel like you can leave right now, just do yourself a favor and temper your expectations on how this will move forward, and set boundaries like a mother ducker. Just like business, don't throw good money after bad. I know you feel committed because of the years together, but you truly dodged a bullet, as that problem will only get worse. You're still young and no children. It would be a clean break, no stickiness. 10 years of being with my husband, 2 years of being married. My husband had an affair. Both emotional and physical, with someone at work. Got her pregnant, she had an abortion, and he cut things off either her. We never did therapy, and it has always been in the back of my mind, but we were fine for 6 years. Here we are, 6 years later, 2 kids, a house, assets, and he is having an emotional affair with a coworker. Supposedly, nothing physical has happened, but who knows? I wanted to try to work things out, but he is completely checked out, and honestly he has been verbally abusive our whole relationship. Now I have to contact a divorce lawyer, and it's going to be difficult because I love my kids and I love the life we built together. Not so much the way he treats me. I know that relationships can survive infidelity, but at this point I am regretting staying with him after the first affair. I am sorry you are going through this. I know the pain you're feeling, and it is crushing. Damn, I am so sorry that you are in this place. I wish I could offer up some wisdom or healing words, but I don't think I'm the best candidate. So I'll just say, good luck to us. Don't you think it's better if you step back and spend a little time separately? So you will see what's best for you. If he cheated, it's because he is not doing well in the relationship. The one who says that wants to fix it was you. He just tells you if he wants to spend the night out. Even if he wants more. If he stays, it's your decision, and if he does it, it's because he felt bad for what he did. Maybe some time apart would be good, but it's not really feasible unless one of us pays for a hotel or something. And even then, I think without counseling, it would just feel like avoiding the conflict. If someone has to pay for a hotel, it should be him. At that time you should think if you want to keep living a life with someone who already cheated you and hurt you. If you stay with him, which is not the best decision, but it's up to you, if you forgive him one time, he is going to keep doing it. You can find someone better. You don't have any strong attachment with him. The best you can do is leave him and find someone better, cause clearly he is not into you like you do. I think a lot of my hesitation is shame. I don't want to have to tell everyone, even though he should be the one embarrassed. But you didn't do anything wrong. Leave him. You're not going to waste a time in your life for being ashamed of what people think. Screw everybody. You didn't do anything wrong. It's okay to work on your relationship. However, you should be prepared if it doesn't work out. Set aside some separate money to protect yourself. It doesn't mean that you are halfway out the door. But it will give you something to fall back on in case it doesn't. Remember the old Russian saying, trust but verify. Embarrassing? It's 1000x worse after you've bought a house and had a kid and the lawyers are involved. Or your wedding is planned and you must tell the guests it's cancelled. Cheating and divorce happen 50% of the time. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Everyone will understand. You have no sex life, just lame excuses. What kind of relationship is that? In a healthy relationship, you should be gaga over each other, and at your age, sex daily. You're just going through the motions. And FYI, there's way more going on than he tells you. Cheaters are liars, and he gave you the expected cheater-liar response. You're in your 20s and have been together 10 years. It's natural to have urges to be with other people. It'll happen again and again. We all experienced this. It's why we're here. I'm so sorry he put you into this situation. The truth is that your relationship is dead. He killed it. You can't think, feel, trust the same as before. You have to mourn it. It is best if you do that with him not there. Have some quiet time with yourself, as you are enough. You will need time to look at your future logically and not with your heart. You should not renew your lease until you're certain one way or the other. The lease is up in 6 weeks. It doesn't feel like enough time to decide. You should take up his offer to leave to be able to sort this out. 6 weeks may be too short of a time, as I don't know how to get housing at your location, but it's tough here. Can you swing it by yourself, or can you get a potential roommate? An ONS is bad. An ONS with a friend is at a different level, and then an EA on top is a lot of pain to sort through. With just finding out, you are going to need time to search yourself as to how you move forward. Don't compare yourself, as it is not about you, it's all him. He did this to you. It's not you. It's a 1-bedroom apartment we share. And since we are under the 60-day notice to leave a mark, at least one of us is required to stay. I certainly can't swing the rent by myself. Do you have a friend, a co-worker on this sub, I hate that word, or anyone else that you can move out of? You can't stay with him right now. You have a lot to go through. I'm new to my job, just started a few months ago. And my closest friends live over an hour away, which would make for a shitty commute. But I think I need a few days to reflect on what I want/need right now. You all have thrown out a lot of intense opinions, not good or bad, and I think my wounds are a little too fresh to really consider any actions. We'll try to update as soon as I get some clarity. You are hurting your heart with your situation. You could make him leave but still help with rent, since this is on him, with no guarantee of reconciliation. But you do need time alone to process. I'll keep you in my prayers. Leave now. Otherwise, you will most likely be reposting here in 5 years for the same reason, but instead of just being a GF of 10 years, you will be a wife with a child trying to figure out what to do after 15 years. Do you want to continue to feel less than the rest of your life? That is your future with him. I am sorry. Well said. Dump him and move on. He will cheat on you again. Think about all the lying for nearly a year. Don't stay with someone who thought so little of you he betrayed/hurt you. Don't stay with someone who put your health at risk. Don't stay with someone who so easily lied to you. Don't stay with someone who has no respect for you or your relationship. Don't stay with someone who you can never trust again. Losing 10 years is better than living in misery until this slowly eats away at you and you're nothing but an empty shell. Once a cheat is always a cheat is a saying for a reason, they just get better at hiding it. I think you'll mostly be told to walk away here in this sub. You definitely could easily if you chose to, but if you really want to stay, I suggest posting in r/us and after infidelity. It's a sub devoted to couples trying to reconcile, and they will give you a better idea what to expect along that path. Thank you for the information. You are still very, very young. You have plenty of time to find someone that actually loves and respects you. Instead of you sitting back thinking how you can save the last 10 years going down the drain, ask yourself why your boyfriend chose to risk 10 years going down the drain. He chose to risk the last 10 years of y'all's life together. He doesn't value you the way you value him. Rule number 1 in my life: never, ever make a shitty boyfriend into a shitty husband. He is not yet your husband. You have a perfect opportunity to walk away without all the baggage of his infidelity. Hi up, I'm in a similar situation. I 27F, he 25M, 7.5-year relationship. As you accept that it was revealed they were talking, even if it was for a bit, last year around the time we were having our troubles, and they had like phone sex, or at least she showed him her boobs and butt on FaceTime. Currently shivering at the thought of it. And while away at a company conference last week, and both drunk, she came onto him, invited her to his room, and even he tried saying no and she pulled his pants off aggressively. They did it and I'm sick about it. It's only been a week, to the day, that it happened, but he told me when he got back Friday, and this weekend has been an emotional, and physical, roller coaster. I find myself getting the shakes as a trauma response, and I see the same for him when he sleeps. He's remorseful, sobbing and doing a lot right now to tell me he's all for me, which is all I ever wanted to hear, but there's a little part of me so sad that I have this thing to hold over him now. I guess the point of my posting is that, while it's easy for many to say just leave the relationship stead, he made that choice for you, it's not that simple. We're too intertwined, too much love there, and we know them. I may not have the answer for you on what to do right now or what to expect because I'm in the thick of it for the first time myself, but I understand your want for this to work. I hope he's just as remorseful and willing to go above and beyond to make this up for you, though deep down, who knows if it ever will, because it's so fresh for us, and do couples counseling. We're heading towards that path as well. I hope everything turns out well. Take the day off work if you need to. Stay at a friend's house or go out by yourself for the day. It's okay to want to feel cuddled and loved by him, because he's your person even though he's the one who did the hurting. Please update and take care of yourself. Thank you for this. Please reach out if you feel the need to talk to someone currently going through it. I respect that he told you right away. Even I want to tell you to run. Which must be how everyone in my comments feels towards me, so I guess I'm hypocritical. But you're right, if it was so easy to walk away, more people would do it. Best of luck. I'll update on any news. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.